welcome back. It's time for Mega Man Zero 2, the latest installment of How Far Can I Get Without Dying, where I give myself one extra life. And I'm joined as usual by my hetero life mate Xander, who will be here shortly. And yes, I'm playing the very difficult Mega Man Zero series. These games are not easy at all. These are the Dark Souls of the Mega Man series, except they're probably much harder than Dark Souls, because Dark Souls really isn't actually that hard. But anywho, in the last episode, 01, I spent the whole episode explaining all the problems with the story of the Mega Man Zero series, just unfortunate problems. But this episode, I'm going to be focused more on commentating on the action as I watch myself play, as I already recorded this. So I have to say that the direction here is actually really good. They've improved a bit. The first game started with a ton of cutscenes that just went on and on and on, but this one just jumps right into the action. And the little bit of cutscenes that they have are actually really cool. You have Zero like throwing off the cloak that he's wearing, and yeah, it's cool. First thing I do is I change all the buttons around, because you want to have the dash button in the shoulder there, and so forth. I think they have the dash button assigned to the left shoulder, which personally I think is a bad move. I don't know, that might work better for some people to have like the left shoulder for dash, and then you can move at the same time. But I like having it on the right shoulder, because that way you can press it and jump at the same time, like boom, like that. So you can fly off of a wall. You can do a dash jump from a stationary position, and that is what makes the X series so much fun. Is just the mobility that you have compared to the classic series. And yeah, I love being able to execute a flying dash jump from a stationary position. So I find that the right shoulder button is the best way to do that. So yeah, here we've got the intro level, which is very hard. And this first mini boss has a pattern. He definitely has a pattern, but I am not following it at all. I need to get on that middle platform. Okay, yeah, not so good. Okay, so when he fires one way, I'm on the middle platform. When he fires the other way, I need to be close to him. But that's one life down, so I have one life left. Damn, we are 3 minutes into this video, and I have lost a life. So this might be a very short edition of How Far Can I Get Without Dying. Hey, buddy. Come here. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Hey, buddy. That's a good boy right there. That's a good boy. Yeah. Alright, come say hi. Alright, you ready? Here he is. Oh, he's so handsome. That one handsome boy right there. He's a handsome golden lion. Yes. So handsome. So noble. A noble beast. He's so noble. Yeah. So yeah, there he is. Oh, he's got stinky breath. Alright, so I took out that boss, which should not have been a problem, but it, had to just follow the pattern, that's all. Really not a big deal. These things are annoying because for some reason they like resist your attacks, even if you're like slashing right through them. Ugh, I have so much fur stuck to my face. Oh. Oh. Who said that? Shouldn't have. He's an old man. He's an old man. He's a grumpy old man too. Very grumpy. Put your little paws up there. There we go. You know, grumpy old man. Let me pan this down. Yep, there he is. He's being a grumpy old man. So this game has the same boss music as the previous game, and I actually really like the boss music for these first two Mega Man Zero games. Just having some technical difficulties. All right, there we go. This fight is kind of ass because of the auto scrolling. So this stop and go auto scrolling. And the bosses have so many iframes, like they're invincible for so long. Ooh, that was close. That was really close. They're invincible for so long after you hit them that it's much better to use charge shots in this game than regular bullets because of the iframes. Because you want to make the most of every hit from a distance. Of course, the real weapon that you want to rely on is the Z-Saber, which does a lot of damage. But of course, you have to be up close to use that. So it's got its pros and its cons. But the Z-Saber is one of the things that makes Zero, you know? Which, allegedly, this guy I'm playing as is Zero, but he could have fooled me because he looks nothing like him. So here's the villain. The villain of 02. His Copy X is done. He's out of the way. Copy X. Talk about wimping out. Jeez. Anyway, yeah, they should have really had the real X be the villain of the first game. But yeah, the villain of the second game is El Pizzo. El Pizzo, this guy up here with his hair over his face, like some kind of teenager. El Pizzo is Spanish. It means the Pizzo. Hey, buddy. What you doing? Are you okay? He looks like he is. He looks like he's blue screening. Have you blue screened, my friend? Are you okay? Is there anything going on in there? He's ancient, you know. He's about 17. I don't know if he's turned 17 yet or not, because I wasn't there when he was born. But it was around this time, maybe a little later, like very early in the year. So he's 17. Oh. All right. Okay. All right. He's a very old man. And I don't know how much longer we've got him around for. So I really like having him on videos with me, even if he just makes like a quick appearance, even if he's just there for like a minute. It's nice to have him, you know. So, yeah. He wants some dinner, so as soon as this video is over, I might get this guy some dinner. So yeah, El Pizzo's super lame, if you can't tell, super lame, and he's taking up half of the border around the game. So if you were to ask me, like, who is who is lamer between like El Piso and Lumine from X8? Hold on, let me fix this here. Yeah, between El Piso and 02 and Lumine and Mega Man X8, who's the lamer one? That is a tough call. I mean, it's Lumine, obviously. I mean, of course it's Lumine. At least El Piso is like a little bit interesting. But El Piso somehow is the leader of the Maverick Hunters. Or not the Maverick Hunters, but whatever this group is 100 years later, that's basically serving the same purpose. El Piso is the leader of the group. So he's the leader of the good guys. So that's kind of interesting, at least, to have the villain be the leader of the good guys. But yes, he's very shady, corrupt, all that stuff, and he tries to take over, and you have to stop him, and so on and so forth. So yeah, Dr. Weil, who is not Dr. Wily. Dr. Weil comes in the third and fourth games, which the fourth one is the final game. So the 03 and 04, those are the games with Dr. Weil, and El Piso is basically just kind of like a filler villain, because they did copy X in the first game, and Dr. Weil isn't coming in until the third game. So the second game, in a lot of ways, is just kind of filler in between. And El Piso is very much a filler type of villain, just kind of taking up space. So yeah, I'm not super thrilled with this game for those reasons. 04 I actually enjoyed a lot, but it feels like a DLC for 03. Like, it doesn't really feel like it should have been its own game so much as that it's like the back half of 03 that they didn't finish in time, kind of thing. 03 is probably the best of the four games, so if one were to just play one Zero game to just dip your toes in, 03 is, I would say, the best of the four. Although 04 is the easiest by a considerable margin. It's definitely the easiest of the four. And it concludes the story. So if you want to see where everything happens, that would be 04. Something that's interesting is that in 03 and 04, actually, let me start that sentence over. Something that's interesting is that 03, Dr. Weil has this like super weapon called Omega, and Omega is actually the villain of the third game. Even though Dr. Weil is the villain, Omega is like the big antagonist that you have to fight at the end. And Omega is apparently the original Zero, and the guy that you're playing as is actually like some kind of clone, as it turns out. Something like that. I don't remember exactly what the situation is, but I mean, just look it up if you want to. But yes, so you have to fight the original Zero in the third game. And when I found out about this before I played the third game back in the day, I was so excited because I was like, oh wow, we're gonna see the real Zero. So this is why he looks so different, the guy that we've been playing as. But at least we'll get to see the original Zero and battle him. And, at least he'll be there in some form. But Omega does not look anything at all like the original Zero. And he's also like 30 feet tall. So, I mean, I guess there's like some resemblance to Zero. He's got like the shoulder things and stuff, but yeah, it's like this 20 or 30 foot tall reddish Reploid with a ponytail. It looks less like Zero than this guy does. Like, were they afraid that they were going to get sued by themselves? Like, if we include anything from the Mega Man series, our own company will sue us? I don't understand. Like, I don't know who developed this game, but, I mean, Capcom approved it and everything, so... But really, though, they acted like they were afraid of being sued. You know, it's crazy. With Copy X and Dr. Weil and this fake Zero. And that was my second death. I was really being careful there at the end, but to no avail. So yeah, that's Mega Man Zero. Moving on to the next one. Yeah. Were they afraid of being sued? I don't get it. It's kind of like Xenosaga 1, and how it's a prequel to Xenogears, basically, because it takes place exactly when, like, episode 1 took place in Perfect Works, exactly the same year. And then the same events unfold, like a lot of the same events unfold over the course of the Xenosaga series. But it can't call itself Xenogears Episode 1, so they have to just change the names of everything slightly, and, you know, everything's just, like, a little off so that they don't get sued. And it kind of robs that game of a lot of the meaning that it could have had, and that's probably why the sequels to Xenosaga kind of flopped and bombed, because people just didn't care as much anymore once they realized it wasn't actually a Xenogears game. But that's kind of what the Zero series is like. Except there was absolutely no reason to do that with the Zero series. Absolutely no reason at all. Anyway, that's enough grousing for today. I'll see you next time for Mega Man 03.